Alright, in this video I'll show you how to add transactions to your checking account. And so what you want to do is you want to open up the ledger for your checking account. If you didn't see what I did, you can click this home button to go back, and then you want to click on this checking account right here. It says My Checking. So once you're in this ledger, this is where all your transactions will go. So like whenever you pay someone money or whenever you add money to your account, you'll make a new transaction, and you can kind of see down here what you'll have to fill out when you fill out a transaction. So I'll go over that. I'll have 6 transactions to show you. So the first one we'll do is a paycheck. So we're going to go up here to New Transaction, and then we're going to set the date to August 1st. And then for payee, we'll say just employer.co, and then we'll click off of that, and it'll say that this doesn't exist. Do you want to create this payee? So I'm going to go ahead and click yes, because I want to add employer.co as an employee. And then for category, we'll do wages and salary. And tags, we'll skip that. I'll do tags in another video. For a memo, I'll do paycheck for last 2 weeks in July. Alright, and then for the amount, since we're putting money into the account, we're going to do a deposit. So we need to select this deposit box, and then I'm going to do $2,500. And then since I'm not using a check, I'm going to leave this number blank. And if you have a number in this, I'll show you really quick how to prevent it from automatically adding a number when you click New Transaction. But before I do that, let me go ahead and press enter to enter the transaction. Alright, so as you can see there, now we have a total of $3,500 in the account. So $1,000 in opening balances, and then $2,500 from our paycheck. So really quick, let me show you how to go and change that setting. So you want to go to Settings, Configure KMyMoney, and then you want to go to Ledger, and then you want to go to Data Entry, and then if you have this box checked, Auto-Increment check number, it'll automatically put a check number into every transaction. So you want to have this disabled most likely, unless you're always working with checks. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and enter in the next transaction. So this one was on 8/2, and the payee is the supermarket, and we're going to add that as a payee. And the category is groceries, so you see food, expense, groceries. And then we'll say bought groceries for the week. And then we'll since this one is not a deposit, this one's a withdrawal, we're going to go over here to the payment box, and I'm going to put in $124.50, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. Alright, then we'll do another one. So this one will be to City Electric Co., and we'll add them as a payee. And then we're going to put this under utilities, electricity, and paid for month, paid for July electricity. And then we'll say that we actually used a check number on this one, so we'll put in check number 1000 as our check number, And then for payment, we'll do 85.20. We'll go ahead and press enter. And as you can see, it's updating this balance as we go. And then I actually wanted to put this electricity bill for the 4th of August instead of the 2nd of August. So if I mess that up, I can go ahead and click edit, and then I can go in here and change the date to 8/4, and then I can press enter, and now you can see it came down here to 8/4. Alright, then we'll do another one. Alright, say we're a contractor or we're a freelancer and we're making money on the side. We'll put this one on the 4th. So we'll call this client project as the payee. And the category will be income. Oops. And then there should be an income other income right here. And we'll just select other income and made money from Upwork, and then this is a deposit, so we'll say we made $350. I'll press enter, and as you can see, this was on the same date as our utility bill, and it's put this one first, but it shouldn't really matter. All the transactions are on the same date, so in the end it'll come out to the same balance. And then we'll do one more transaction before I show you something kind of different. So this one's on the 5th, and this one will go to Corner Bistro, and we'll call this dining out. Bought a nice steak, and this is a withdrawal, so we'll say $42.75, and we'll press enter. And so right now our total is $3,597.55. So if we go to the home tab, you'll see that total is reflected here, right next to the checking account, and then also under the total assets. So if we had more than one account, it would total up all of our accounts and list it here. And then there's also some other sections down here underneath payment accounts that show the total balance, and then there's also forecasting, which we have not set up yet. So what would you do for forecasting? So if you had forecasting that you want to do, well, all you have to do is come in here and do new transaction, and then let's say we know we're going to get paid on the 15th. We can say that our employer paid us, and what we can do is we can select the previous transaction as a template. So we can go ahead and click OK, and it'll fill out the rest of us for us. We'll put in 2,500. It'll fill in the category, and it'll fill out the memo. But we're going to go ahead and change this to first 2 weeks in August. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and click enter, and what you'll see is that it updated the balance of the checking account, but if we go to the home page, it did not actually update the total that we have because that date has not occurred yet. And then if we go down to the 90-day forecast, you can see that in the next 30 days we'll have $6,097.55. So that's a good way to kind of guess how much money you will have, even though you haven't been paid yet. That way you can kind of plan out how much you need to spend. And there's one more thing I want to show you, and that's splitting transactions. So I'm going to go back into my checking account, and we'll use the groceries as an example. So maybe I spent some money on food, and then I also spent money on personal care or something like that. So what I can do is I can press this little fork icon, and I'll bring up the split editor. And so what I can do is press new, and then we'll still go to the supermarket, and we'll change the category to let's see if there's a hygiene. There's not a hygiene. Let's see, personal care. Alright, so maybe we spent $20 on shampoo and body wash and deodorant and all that stuff. So if we press enter, we'll see that $20 is unassigned and $104. Oh, whoops, we changed this to deposit. So that's another thing to look at. So we need to go ahead and edit this. We didn't make a deposit. We actually made a payment of $20. And so what we can see is that $20 is overassigned because the sum of the splits is $144.50. But the transaction amount is $124.50. So if we were to go ahead and click OK, it would say something is wrong. What do you want to do? You want to continue editing the splits. You want to change the total amount of the transaction to $144.50, or you just want to leave it be and go back to the original. So we're going to go ahead and click continue to edit splits. So what we need to do if we to split out this transaction is well, first let me add a memo. So we go ahead and do that, and then you go up to you want to go up here to the amount. You want to press the calculator. You want to do minus 20. Press enter, and it's going to give you the difference. So it's 104.50. So you go ahead and press enter, and then now you can see our unassigned has gone down to 0, and our sum equals our transaction amount. So we're going to go ahead and click OK, and that's it. Then we'll press enter. And so now we've spent the same amount of money, but the money is going to two different expense categories. As we can see here, it's going to groceries and personal care. Next episode, I'll show you how to do accounts, and so that way we can transfer money between accounts.